I lost my favorite hat. I can't find it. What's going on, everyone? Jeremy Ritz here. Courage pays better than fear at a 3:49 on a Wednesday. And that's significant because in 11 minutes, the market will close and everyone will brace themselves for NVDA earnings, which I believe are not reported until like 4:15 or 4:20, some odd number like that. And traders, investors sit with bated breath for what is going to happen, because make no mistake about it, what NVIDIA reports is going to influence a move in the market, whether to the upside or to the downside. It's going to happen. And if NVIDIA goes higher, they are going to lift the markets across the board. If they go lower, they're taking everything down with it. So that's why it is so significant. But on the more important things, like I was saying, I've lost my hat, my nobody cares work harder hat. I can't find it. I don't know where it went, if I left it somewhere. So I'm back to wearing my old hat, and I got to get a new hat. So any suggestions out there from you guys? I need a new Steelers hat because football season's starting, but got to get something new for my dome. I got the hair growing out. But yeah, so as I'm driving here, I don't have any major position in NVIDIA right now. I have a very, very low risk play with NVIDIA out of the money call options. They are at the $205 strike price, October 2nd expiration, I believe, and very low cost, very low risk. And my thinking on this is, hey, if there is an upside move on this company, a big gap up, I want to have some exposure to it. So I'm just doing it with the small call option position. And if it's a winner, it won't be huge. If it's a loser, it won't be huge, but at least I'm in the arena. So, and again, like I said on my earnings video, which I can spill the beans what's in there now, I do expect them to move higher. And surely when you look at the charts, the expected thing to happen is that it's going to come down. It is overbought. It is extended on the majority of time frames. It is up near all-time high, so it does need to cool off. But we have seen NVIDIA before, specifically May of 2024. When that was the case, it moved higher. It broke $1,000. And the last few times that NVIDIA is reported, it has gapped up, it faded all those gains and dropped. So I'm just strictly trading on probability here in terms of what can happen. Again, very, very small position. This is not making or breaking the bank. This is just exposure. But I do think with all the AI hype that we have had, with all the enthusiasm that we've seen in the markets, that we're due for one more push. We've been flying in the face of seasonality. And that's the contrarian approach, because everybody and their mothers expects things to dump, to crash, to fall off a cliff. That's what everyone's expecting right now from NVIDIA. So I'm going in opposition of that. If I'm wrong, I lose small, move on, and we get ready for some weakness in the market. And we are due for that correction. I was talking with a coaching student today about how we are overdue for a 10% pullback, which we haven't got. We've gotten some little blips on the radar here. In August 1st, we had a sell down. Last week, we had some weakness, but nothing sustained. We actually hit a new all-time high on the SPX today. And right now, it's hanging in there. I think it's up around 15 to 18 points. You're seeing a lot of big tech sell down right now heading into this 4 o'clock earnings report. I think you're seeing some risk come off the table, but we'll see what happens. This is going to be fun because this is going to dictate where we go from here. And ideally, here's what we should see. What I would like to see is if we do sell down, again, because we're expecting seasonal weakness here coming into September, that we sell down through the rest of this month of August, through September, through October. And then October is typically when you see corrections bottom out, bear markets bottom out. And then if we're sitting on dry powder, if we have cash, we can deploy that, buy things at good values, and ride those suckers higher. And even if we do go higher and we gap up, which is what I'm looking for, I don't think it'll be long-lived, because I do think we're going to get weakness that comes in. And I think that weakness is going to come in after the rate cuts by the Fed in September. Because typically there's enthusiasm leading into those rate cuts. Afterwards is where you see the drop, and that will trigger the correction. So the middle of the month there, I think the Fed meeting in September is the 17th. And then we also have, which always becomes a point of controversy and a point of fear in the markets, the sky is falling, will be the looming government shutdown. Oh, they're going to shut down the government. Congress will have to pass that spending bill. And so that's another thing that will factor into seasonal weakness as well. So we have to pay attention and be ready for that. So other than that, today in the markets, losing day trade for this guy on Palantir. It popped pre-market, then it dropped. I thought it bottomed. I saw some nice structure building there. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get a little pop up here. It was profitable for maybe 2 or 3 candles, and then bloop, and it just kept dropping. Tried to make a recovery there toward the end of the day, but didn't. Actually sold off even harder. And so took an L there. That's okay. And yeah, it's part of trading. You're gonna lose sometimes. You're gonna win sometimes too. And it gets easier the longer I do this to be able to manage the losses and manage the wins, because you can't get too high, you can't get too low. But like I said, it's all about NVDA. And so tomorrow I can't wait to record a Driven and talk about what happened with the king. And the crazy thing is we get GDP data tomorrow, we get PCE on Friday, so there's a lot of numbers that we're going to get that can push this thing. So looking at the clock, it is 3:57. We're inching closer. I can't wait to see what happens here. And I want to thank you for watching this episode of Driven. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for your support of the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And hopefully by the next episode, I find my hat. Make it a great day, everyone.